Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. Today we want to take a look at the Bitcoin and the Cardano price, and pretty much the market is continuing to move sideways. As you can see, pretty much no movement in the last 24 hours. And I really kept thinking about today, what is really happening and what can I actually tell you in this video. And I think there's an important message I really want to bring over to you. I mean, today we had the Fed closed board meeting, and what I at least heard and found in the news is that all they did basically was to reiterate their intention to increase interest rates in the current year. So I think this was pretty much expected, I guess, because there wasn't really any reaction of the market, at least no major reaction that we can see here. Bitcoin, as you can see here on the chart, it is pretty much just moving sideways, and this could be anything. This could just be sideways movement. This could be a bull flag potentially. We have this descending wedge here. We even had a descending wedge here already earlier. Here that was, I think, yesterday, and you could draw a descending wedge here, and that broke out sort of. It didn't really, just moved sideways. Then you could interpret this as a descending wedge, broke out as well. And in this, if you draw it like that, what you can see here is possibly just a retest now. And I think at some point you see some sort of a large movement, but at the moment the volume isn't just there yet, okay? So it's just moving sideways, and pretty much at the moment, to be honest, it's just going 50-50 where the next immediate move will go. As you know, my primary expectation is still that the Bitcoin price is going to head into my yellow target area down here, all based on the Elliott Wave analysis that I carry out as well, where we are in this ABC correction. But in this larger ABC correction, there are just two scenarios now, two key scenarios that I'm looking at. The first one is that we are going to go down straight away. That would become very likely if we drop below 41k. Yeah, there's an important support level. If we drop below that, then drop to 39, then drop to 33, and then I think that is the low, and then we can get down into that range here between 20 and 28.7k. The other scenario is that we are developing here something like an extension to that whole correction we are doing, and in some way are moving up here, yeah, maybe get very close to the all-time high and then come down. Okay, that would be an extension of that whole correction, and we would then, after a longer, some people might call it bull run, but it actually is just one more wave of that correction. That is absolutely possible. That has happened before in similar ways, that we then basically come down after this. So but which one of these scenarios is going to play out is pretty much 50-50, to be honest, at the moment. The reason I say that is that the market is just moving sideways. It is just moving sideways, and it is really hard. The indicators aren't telling me anything. The indicators are moving sideways, as you can see here on the 8-hour chart. We're just 50 on the 50 line of the RSI. On the daily, we are here, just slightly above 50, but pretty much no major movement here. So Bitcoin is really just moving sideways, and the market is so indecisive at the moment, and that all has to do with the geopolitical situation at the moment. I think there's a crisis looming, in sort of the Ukraine-Russia conflict. We've got insecurity about interest rate increases. There's a lot happening here, and to be honest, inflation is so high, and it's not a good environment generally for financial markets. So this is really a 50-50 situation, and sideways is a direction as well. At some point it will break out. When, I can't really tell you, because we've seen here over the last few days patterns building, patterns forming, patterns breaking without a real breakout, and that just means that the market is really indecisive. With the bulls and the bears are still fighting here around the 50-day moving average, but really without a lot of volume. And sometimes it's just important to acknowledge that just important to wait just to see how the market decides, because in trading and also investing, but more so in trading, it's important to move with the market. It's important to understand what the market is doing and then move with the market. Do what the market is doing. And at the moment, the market is just moving sideways. So it's best to wait and wait for a decision here, that we have a clearer picture. There are two clear scenarios that could play out here. At the moment, it's just sideways. And it's quite good to see here on the Fear and Greed Index that this is confirmed on the Fear and Greed Index as well. The two most basic emotions that you can find on the stock exchanges in financial markets are fear and greed. And at the moment, it's at 46, pretty much in the fear again. Yeah, but you know, this is very close to neutral at 46. A couple of days ago, we were at 50, so pretty much neutral. And it's just slightly heading to the downside again, but in my view, that doesn't really have a lot of meaning. It is really just moving sideways, yeah. Also, what we can see here is, so if we take a look at the long-short ratio, so how many people are actually opening longs and how many people are opening shorts, it very rarely is really like this. This is 50-50, yeah. A few more people opening longs, but that's it, you know. It's pretty much really 50-50, and very, very rarely it is like that for Bitcoin, that you can really see the long-short ratio being pretty much 50-50. And you can see even here the exchange Bitcoin long-short ratio. So on which exchanges is it in, you know, how does it look on different exchanges? And you can see Binance, pretty much 50-50, FTX 50-50, OKEx 50-50. There's only one or two here that are a bit different. Here on Bitfinex, you've got slightly more shorts open, but that is really the only one. And then here AAX, which I, to be honest, don't even know, has a few more longs open. So in the end, it really is 50-50, which is very, very interesting. It rarely happens like that. But yeah, keep an eye on this one. The long-short ratio at the moment really 50-50. And I think until we see a decision here, the market is just going to be like that, 50-50. I did expect some volatility today, but there wasn't any really, and that just reinforces that we have here just no clear direction at the moment. So I think people, traders, investors are just waiting what's happening in the world, yeah, to be honest. And in addition to that, we have here this potential wave 4 play out. As I said before, a wave 4 can be very long, can be very boring, but bear in mind that this could become a 5-wave move. For that, we need another leg up. If we get another leg up and break above 46.5, then we see this alternative scenario play out, in which we are going to go up first before we then come down. The thing is, you know, we're even in the middle of this yellow target area now. I mean, it's so 50-50, it's unbelievable. Even it gets really difficult now, slowly for the bears. If the bears don't push the price lower, it will get really difficult for them. They need to do something. We need a clear direction here. Yeah, so that's Bitcoin. And looking at Cardano as well, you know, just since my last video, pretty much no movement at all. Really slow movement, but people always seem to blame Cardano for that, but it's really in the whole market at the moment, yeah. So just remember that. And also here, the market is just moving sideways, yeah. We are here in a descending wedge. It's a larger one. So let's see when that is actually breaking out. At the moment, also here, we're just in the middle of that descending wedge. And there's still, you know, a few more days or weeks until we hit the apex of that descending wedge before we need to see a clear direction. That could theoretically really move us all the way down to the 92-cent support level. So, but even here on the ADA chart, we are now, for example, here on the 4-hour chart, yeah, we are slightly at the lower end. So we might expect, as I said earlier today already, some sort of a move to the upside now, but that might not be anything significant, because if we take a look here on the daily chart, we are very close to the 50 line. I think it's currently sitting here at 40, making higher lows, moving slightly higher, but there is no crazy movement here. There is room in both directions, and there is a small bearish crossover playing out here currently on the MACD, but overall there is nothing. We need a clear direction here as well, yeah. Currently making still a higher low. If you zoom in again, currently still making a higher low compared to the wick down here, but we are also here at this key support, yeah, pretty much at $1.02. You can see that there is really where the candles closed here before. There is a clear support line. I think this is also one level where we are getting a direction here very soon. Looking on the daily indicators, looks more it's going to break out to the downside. Looking at the indicators themselves, because we are in the bearish range on the daily, yeah, and we are here on the MACD, the daily, making a bearish crossover. Last time we had the bearish crossover here on the daily. We had a move down from around 160 all the way down to $1. So that could be the catalyst that is needed to move down further here. And for Bitcoin, there is just no clear direction. Also not on the MACD. Yeah, it is moving down slightly. It's in the bullish range on the RSI. On the MACD, it's just moving here slightly lower, but it's still far away from a bearish crossover or anything. So we just need to wait, and of course I'll keep you updated. So hopefully you liked the update about Bitcoin and Cardano. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Also leave a comment, that would be great for the algorithm. And if you really like the content, I recommend you check out the channel membership. Over 900 members now, really positive community. We chat on Telegram. We've got a Discord server with a lot of additional content as well, and a weekly live stream, and yeah, lots of additional content. And yeah, depending on which membership you get, if you're interested, yeah, you can then also join Discord and Telegram. You can join on the website, and for that you can find a link in the description or here on YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.